So eventually, King's Crest grew to be a huge, immersive world, and there was way too much to put on one battleground. Could I get this? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we decided to look at different areas of which we liked and expand upon them. The docks area really appealed to a lot of us for dirty pirates, you know, drunkards. Just the aesthetic just really excited us. So Blackhearth's Bay was born. And then we went back to the drawing board. We concepted ships and cannons and statues to dock posts and crab barrels. Everything had to have a similar feel to make sure it fits with the docks. Everything here is an actual doodad or prop on the map. From small to large, it helps really give it the immersiveness that we look for.
So let me explain a little bit more about how we launched into developing Blackhearth's Bay. As Brian said, we had a lot of elements on one tile set, and the ship was a key factor into making a distinction for a new map. The ship created a lot of possibilities for us. The designers were questioning things like, what if you could take over the ship and it would bombard enemy towers and lanes? So we put the ship on the side of the map, and it turned out to be a really fun feature, but we thought, man, the side of the map doesn't really get people focused on the ship. We should put it in the center, but that created a new problem. How do we sail this ship into the center of the map? This is our solution. So we have ghost pirates. Ghosts are awesome. Ghosts can travel anywhere, and because they're pirates, they never stop loving gold. All it takes is a deep, deep love for money, and your soul will stay in the mortal realm. Ghost pirates ended up being a very strong thematic drive on Blackhearth's Bay, and we're going to look at some of these map mechanics a little closer to show you how they work. But Zeus is going to talk. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So this is a flyover of what we have for Blackhearth's Bay right now. And as you can see, it still has the King's Crest feel at the core, but with the added docks and the wood, it really changes the aesthetic look of this battleground. And also having unique centerpieces such as the ghost ship itself really adds a deeper lore to the King's Crest, world.
The mythology.
Mythology. Thank you. Would you like to talk?
So now we have this really cool fantasy of ghost pirates and Blackhearth's Bay. So we wanted to design a mechanic that ties the fantasy together and gets players to interact with Blackhearth himself. To that end, as we all know, pirates love treasure. I hear in certain other worlds that, pirates have been known to parlay for extra gold, if you get my drift, So anyway, we're going to have treasure spawn throughout the map, and players are going to collect it. Once they've collected enough treasure, they need to actually go and turn it into Blackhearth himself. However, there's only one Blackhearth on the map. So when players are actually going to turn in Blackhearth, they have to be very careful. Because if you're killed, you actually drop all your treasure, allowing the enemy players to scoop up all your treasure and claim it for their own. Here we see Illidan taking out one of the many pirate mercs that appear on Blackhearth's Bay. These guys are very easy to kill, and they serve as a constant source of doubloons for the players. Another source are these chests. As you see here, they actually spawn in the middle of the lanes, and they're a little bit more contested. Illidan and Tassadar need to put in a little bit more effort to get all of the treasure out of this chest, but as you can see, it's a lot more than normal. So whenever these spawn, you need to go and get them. As I mentioned before, when you go turn in the treasure to Blackhearth, you got to be careful, because when you have enough treasure, it's almost like you become the quarterback. The entire team wants to protect you, make sure you can safely deliver the payload to Blackhearth. But the enemy team, they want to sack the crap out of you and steal all the treasure for themselves. So here we see a treasure-filled Abathur crawl into Blackhearth. Unbeknownst to him, Scumbag Diablo and Scumbag Nova come out and gank him. Oh man, that's so many coins. Now Diablo and Nova have all of the treasure, and this villainous duo can actually go and turn it in and claim Blackhearth for himself. But good guy Tassadar and good guy Illidan come in and reclaim the treasure for themselves. A lot of this chaos and drama we think is really exciting. With the treasure changing hands a lot, players need to think on the fly, figure out who has the most treasure, who can they protect, how many treasures have each team turned in. And so here we see Tassadar actually turning in the treasure, and he's going to actually win Blackhearth's favor for a short period of time. Blackhearth's ship will bombard the enemy from the center of the map. As you can see, the cannons will fire. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So then across the map, you can see the cannonballs land and hit enemy forts from anywhere on the map, doing terrible, terrible damage. You know, during this time, like, the damage cannot be prevented. The enemy team just has to take it. And during this time, the players that have actually summoned Blackhearth should regroup, should start thinking about how to gather more treasure, or think about turning in to Blackhearth any coins that they have left over from the last time they turned in. And that's Blackhearth's Bay.
So here's a closer look at the theme on all the buildings and the base stuff in Blackhearth's Bay. You can see the towers and walls are dock themed, and we have a hippocampus capping the towers and the other base armaments of the catapult. We also themed out the siege giants. Instead of throwing rocks, they shoot cannons. We love doing this stuff. It makes it way more immersive.
Yeah, and the siege giants are the same mercenaries we talked about earlier. They work in the same way. So here we see Gazlo laying down some turrets and attacking these siege giants, and when he defeats them, they're going to join his forces. His buddy ETC can jump in with his global ability, finish off the siege giants, and they cower, and now they're going to join their forces and make a push.
So that's a lot of fun to take something and always change it thematically for each map. Here are what the knights look like on this map. They have a really, really strong nautical theme. They might not even be people. There's tentacles coming out of their helmets. They're some kind of weird Octodad kind of guys. Anyways, they still take coordination to kill, and they have huge anchors and stuff to beat the heck out of your enemies once they join your side. Next, we're going to take a look at the boss monster on Blackhearth's Bay.
Yeah, so this is the Grave Golem, and he's kind of like a really big knight. You need your whole team to defeat him. So here we have a group of 5 players coming in, and they're going to fight the Grave Golem. And he has some WoW-style boss powers where you have to try and dodge them for maximum efficiency. Similar to our other mercenaries, when you capture him, he will join your forces, and he kind of forces a team fight as the enemy players have to come deal with him.